not even mean Bowers game for me.
Ahoy there, YouTube! Back again today for another game review. Today, breaks I'm checking out The Mind from Pandasaurus Games. This is for 2 to 4 players. Take about 20 minutes to play, and it's for ages 8+. And in The Mind, this is a very simple game in which you are going to try to get numbered cards that will be numbered from 1 to 100 in order ascending. So put the numbers in order. That's it. That's all you got to do. But the big catch is you cannot speak to each other in this incredibly unique, incredibly different cooperative game. So you're going to be cooperatively working together trying to get these numbers all up in order. This was the hottest game of Origins 2018. I actually had to run to the booth in order to get a copy of this one. But does it deserve all that buzz? Let's open it up and I'll tell you what I think. Alrighty then, we're going to take a look at what's going to get inside of The Mind. So first and foremost, we have our handy-dandy rule sheet. It is one page, double-sided, that's it. Very simple to learn, simple to understand. Big thumbs up in the rule booklet. It's the kind of thing where you probably need it once or twice, never use it again, which is always a good thing. So in The Mind, it's a relatively simple, straightforward game. You are going to try to get these numbers in a row. They go from 1 to 100. Now, you don't have to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, but you have to get like 1, 16, 29, 42, 53. You have to get them in ascending order. But as I mentioned, it's going to be very difficult because you cannot speak. What am I talking about? Let's go over the components. Let's get into the gameplay. So first we have our deck of cards. They go from 1 to 100. Pretty standard fare. You're going to shuffle those up. Next, depending on your player count, you're going to have a certain number of lives. And your lives will be these right here. Once you run out of lives, you have lost the game. Luckily, though, you are also going to get a Ninja Star. And you're going to be able to earn more Ninja Stars by beating levels. The Ninja Star, when you agree to do it, you're all going to raise your hand over the head, will allow everyone playing the game to discard the lowest card they have. Regardless if that's a 98 or a 7, everyone's going to be able to discard the lowest card they have, and then the Ninja Star will go away. Next over here, we have our level counter, and you're going to be able to try to get to level 12 as mentioned. But that's all you're going to be getting in this game. It's a very minimalist game, so let's show you how it works. So, first, at the beginning, everybody's going to get dealt cards. So we'll just say we're playing a 3-player version of the game. Then, what you're going to do is you're going to look at your card, you're going to place your hands on the table to show that you're centered and you're ready to play, and you're going to try to put these cards in order doing nothing but looking at each other. You can't do like up, down, 22, any of that baloney stuff right there. And they tell you not even to try and make, code gestures or anything like that. It's all trying to feel out your opponent. So let's see. What do we got going on here? We got a 60 over here, 61, that's really bad, and a 55. Oh my goodness, this would be really difficult. Because right here, with 55 being the lowest number, no one's going to go first. Like, everyone's going to be like, nope, not me. Maybe they'll put their hands over their cards. When you look at them, they'll turn their head away. But eventually, someone's going to try and go, and it could be good, it could be bad. So in this particular example, maybe they get lucky, and this person puts down the 55. They're out of the round. Now, I would still recommend paying attention to everybody else as you're playing the game because you kind of learn their mannerisms by watching them. So next we'd have this guy with the 60, this guy with the 61. They both would probably put their cards forward, and they're both like, and they might be like, no, it's me. No, it's you. Obviously with their eyes and with their gestures, but not with talking. Now let's pretend that this guy played first. Well, that's bad. They would lose a life. That would be gone. And also, any cards that are lower than this number, 60, are discarded. So in this particular instance, the 60 would get discarded, and they would move on to level 2. And you would take all the cards, shuffle them back up, and then you would deal out 2 cards per player. Take a look at your cards, center yourself, and then you're going to rinse, wash, and repeat. But the difference is, if you beat level 2, then you would gain a Ninja Star. So let's say, let's show you exactly how Ninja Star works. Let's just say that everybody's like, I'm not ready. Then what would happen is they can put their hands up, and we like to make it like we're doing a Ninja Star. Whew. And if everybody agrees to do it, then you discard the Ninja Star, and everybody would get rid of their lowest cards. This guy would get rid of a 34, this guy would get rid of his 23, and then this guy would get rid of his 56. You do that, you continue carrying on. And that's what you're going to do. You're going to continue to go until you run out of lives. Once you run out of lives, you see which level you are on, and that's the level before that is how far you got in the game. But that, in a nutshell, is what you're going to do inside of The Mind. Alrighty then, The Mind from Pandasaurus Games. What are my final thoughts? Let's go over the pros, let's go over the cons. First, on the con side, game's not going to be for everybody for a variety of different reasons. 2 to 4 players, restricted player count. Also, 100% cooperative. If you do not like cooperative games, this one's not going to be for you. Also, if you are not good at reading other people's body animations and non-verbal gestures and stuff like that, you're going to be really bad at this game. Now, I've not found any adults who were really bad at this game and didn't enjoy the game, but I will say with kids, man, I got this game, and I got it at Origins, and I was super excited to play with kids in my class. And I tried it with my oldest kids, and it went over incredibly well, which I'll tell you more about in the pros. But then I was like, all right, let's see how young I can get these kids. I went to 10-year-olds, they got it. 9-year-olds were worse, 8-year-olds were bad, and then 7 and 6-year-olds just absolutely god-awful, atrocious. They just had no clue what they were doing. They played like once or twice, and it didn't click with them. They were not picking up the gestures and the motion. So there definitely is an age cap on this game. Because when I first started playing, I was like, oh, I could probably teach this to my 5-year-old son. And now I'm like, no. He would just get super frustrated, and I would just get super frustrated. And so yeah, definitely this is going to be a family weight game if your kids are, I would say, 9+. So 8+ maybe, but I felt more comfortable with the 9, 10, 11+. Any other cons of the game? There's not much to this game. It's a very simple game. There's no moving parts, no moving pieces. It's very straightforward. Hey, here's your deck of 1 to 100. You got your lives, you got your ninja stars, here's your level cards. Let's go. Which, you know, you might want more out of the game. It also is repetitive. You're going to be doing the same thing over and over and over again from game to game to game. And even in the game, it's the exact same thing over and over, except with more cards each time, which might be a turnoff to some people. That's what I got on the con side. Moving on to the pro side, The Mind is absolutely fantastic. Slap a Bauer's best seal on it. It's incredible. So, I heard buzz about The Mind. I heard a lot of people say, you gotta try The Mind, you gotta try The Mind, you gotta try The Mind. My buddy Brandon got a copy of The Mind. He ran there the first day of Origins because he heard it was so good, picked it up. We played it at a bar that night. We got drunk. We were eating chicken wings and playing The Mind. And let me tell you, we look like a bunch of idiots. Because the really weird thing about this game is, during the game, it is complete silence. It's just... like, that's it. And so it was really weird. We were in a college bar and we're playing this game, and it's just like a minute or two of complete silence followed by yeah. And it's really weird. Like, the whole theme of the game is that you become one mind. And this game is just such an interesting experience. And I was worried that maybe the more I played this game, the more I would dislike this game. But I've played it probably about 20 times now in the last few weeks. I played it with my wife, who I did not think was going to like it. She loved it. I played with a couple of my friends who are not big gamers. Like, they'll play party games with me. It's the kind of crowd that I'll go and play, you know, the adult party games or maybe the newest Munchkin or something like that. And I was like, try this one out. They loved it. I played with the kids in my class. The older kids absolutely loved it. My 11-year-olds loved it so much that they made a copy of it out of Post-it notes. That's how much they enjoyed this game. So yeah, what do I like about the game? It's just so different. It's so unique. It's so fun playing this game with people numerous times in a row because you start to learn their mannerisms. You start to learn how they act and what they do, and you start making judgments on how you play based on that. Each time you play this game, even though I said it was repetitive, you do the same thing over and over again, with different people, it's a different experience because it's kind of like dating someone, really. You gotta just feel that person out and just start to realize that, oh, you know, they're really ballsy with how they play cards, or they're really nervous about how they play cards. Take my example with my buddy who ran to get the game the first day of Origins, my buddy Brandon. Me and Adam, another guy I was with Origins with, learned after about the first or second game that Brandon was always really paranoid about laying down cards. And so he would be like, and we'd just be like, and you know, we'd just like stop looking at him and stuff, and he'd play it, and we'd be like, but you just start to pick up other people's mannerisms and how they act, and it's really cool. This is probably the best two-player game I've played with my wife in a long time. My wife, this fourth wall break here, so to speak, is my wife got burnt out on board games. Partially because we played a lot of board games when I was first starting to do the reviewing thing. We did a lot of Kickstarters, were really bad back when I didn't used to charge to do the Kickstarters, and she got burnt out on it. And she'll play games from time to time now, but she doesn't look forward to it. And she told me that this was the most fun she had playing a game, just the two of us sitting there at our dinner table playing this after our kids went to sleep, that she's had in years. Just because it was just us not talking but trying to connect with each other and trying to figure out each other. And it was, two-player game. Yes, I liked it all the different player counts. Like it as a family game if your kids are older. Like it as I don't know if I'd go party game. I just love this game. Fantastic. The Mind. Pandasaurus Games. 100% you need to try this game. Just everybody. It's one of those games where I'm like, gotta try the game. Like, there's only a few games I have in that. Maybe like 10 or 20 games that I would say, you need to try it. Everybody needs to try it. Like Twilight Imperium, I put in that just because it's such an epic scale. Werewolf. There's certain games that I'm like, you gotta try that game. And this is now on that list. So The Mind from Pandasaurus Games, this is one that is going to go immediately into my collection. It's going to get played so much that I'm probably eventually going to have to get another copy because I do stuff like that. Outstanding game. Hats off. Definitely check this one out. $15 price point. Small box. Easy rules. And just a really stinking unique idea. That is The Mind from Pandasaurus Games. Check this one out. If you enjoyed this review, please sure to click on that subscribe button down below in the comments below. Let me know what has been your worst component spill that you have ever had. Ooh, that's a tough one for me. It's definitely, I have two in my mind. Once I accidentally had Twilight Imperium completely spill up. It was actually on the side of this table, and I was putting it away, and it flipped over, and it was just everywhere. Luckily, the pieces were in the bag, but the cards just went all over the place. Or it was when I actually had a whole bunch of the yellow book series games. I think I had like 4 of them up on a table, and they were stacked up, and they all fell over, and they have the magnetic clasps on them. So as soon as they hit the ground, just components everywhere. That was terrible. Yeah, that one wins, because that one was like, oh god, that was like a solid hour to clean up because I had to sort through all the components and find all the components. But let me know in the comments below, what has been your worst component mess that you've ever made? And as always, thanks for your time, YouTube.